everyone. I've just come inside from tucking in the chickens for now, and just trying to warm up a little bit. It is starting to drop in temperature.
Hello. I gotta run back over to the hardware store.
Okay.
I'll be back.
Okay, so it started out when I got up this morning. It was like 37. It's now down to 34. It's spitting a little bit of snow. You forgot something. And let's see. They're now calling for maybe up to 8 inches tomorrow because the front has stalled out in the ocean and it's sucking up a bunch of moisture. But we don't know how much of that is going to be snow versus sleet, so that's where there's some uncertainty. And what else? Yeah, so the chickens are ready, I think, as best as possible. And hi, bud. I think they know something exciting is going on because I'm kind of wandering around here. Okay, let's sit down. Okay. So yeah, the temperature's starting to drop. Harrison should be home from school pretty soon. They're getting out early to avoid the weather, which I think is a good call. Just in case, because the ground is wet. So as soon as it gets cold enough, it's all gonna freeze up. Good girl. Dakota's eye is starting to like really look better. It's only been 2 days of these steroids, and all of us, Jared, I was the first one to say something yesterday. I was like, I think her eye's a little bit better. And he was like, I didn't want to say anything. And then Harrison later last night was like, I think her eye looks better. And I was like, okay, if all of us think her eye looks better, then we can't be imagining it. And this morning it is very much clearly better. The bulge is still there, but it has decreased. So thankful. I was really stressed out about that because I just didn't want her to be in pain. And I think it was bothering her. And now she is so good at the cream. She's doing such a good job. She even let Jared do it last night. We're gotta try and get as many people to do it as possible because they stay with our friends a lot. And so she's gotta let other people put it in because this is gonna be a lifelong thing. So, yeah, so that stressor is done. Let's see. And then I had to go over to Rite Aid to pick up a prescription. Something kind of cool happened. So I have been making it a point every day to try and meditate, to practice getting into a calm state when I'm not anxious. It's something I did with my kids in preschool all the time, right? In order to have them be able to tap into how to calm down when they're having a tantrum or a fit or they're upset, you can't just tell them to calm down in the fit because they don't know what that feels like. You have to practice getting to being calm. And okay, it solved itself. That was a washing machine. If they practice being calm so that you can feel being calm and you have the tools to get there when you get upset. And so I have been moments throughout the day. It's not even necessarily intentional sitting down and meditating, but I have been doing that pretty much every day. Pardon me. And sometimes, like if I'm washing the dishes, I'll just concentrate on my breath, right? Filling my belly up and like feeling the air take up all the space and then having all the air leave, like all the space. And then having that visual in my head, it's very calming. And oftentimes I'll start thinking of like very deep philosophical things, how I feel connected with everything, whatnot. So today, when I went over I had to go pick up a prescription, and I was standing in line, and it's always a line over there. It's very easy to get frustrated because it's usually at least, I don't know, 5 people, and there's only a couple of people working, and they're great. They work really hard, but you know. So, but today, as I was standing in line, I was like, I realized, well, this is a good opportunity to stand here and just breathe and meditate. Instead of getting anxious and upset about having to stand in line, I looked at it in a different perspective, which I've been practicing really hard to look at everything in a different perspective. Something negative happens. It's starting to become a habit now. How can I flip it? How can I flip it? And so I was like, well, this is actually, okay, an opportunity. Let's look at it as an opportunity. I have a few minutes to sit here and breathe and meditate and to be calm in this space instead of feeding into the chaos. And so I did, and I just started noticing, like, I noticed the older gentleman who was trying to get his prescriptions. The poor thing had $700 worth of prescriptions, and I just thought, like, I had great sympathy towards him, and I just started noticing other things, like someone's posture and how they're standing. That's partly my training. I can't look at someone who's walking and not analyze their posture now. Anyway, but like I become almost hyper aware of what's around me when I'm concentrating on my breath, but in a calm way. And so it just was like, I could take all those moments where you have to wait. You're waiting at a red light. Instead of being impatient, take it as a moment to take some deep breaths and meditate and come out of the traffic calmer than when you went into the traffic. And it was like this revelation and a different way to look at it. And it was actually kind of cool. I actually left Rite Aid like happy, right? I left Rite Aid happy. And doing that also made it so I wasn't like worried about the next thing. What do I have to do? The next thing, right? Which builds up a lot of anxiety for me when I'm rushing to get through as many tasks as possible. So I was able to kind of step out of Rite Aid and be like, okay, what's the next thing? But not look beyond that. And that was go get lunch for my husband and I. And I was able to just focus on that one thing. It's like compartmentalizing things, right? So yeah, that was cool to take something that is normally stressful and be able to flip it. And I think if I wouldn't have been doing breathing throughout the day and taking time to lay in my bed and close my eyes and just focus on my breath, I wouldn't have been able to access that resource in the line if I hadn't already practiced it, right? Which just makes me want to go like do that right now. Go lay in bed and just focus on my breath and be in the moment so that I can continue to approach situations with calm, clear, focused mind and body. Oh, it feels nice to have a calm mind. I feel like I am able to really access things deep in myself that are really helpful for helping other people. Like my practice this week, I found very deep and meaningful. I was really able to concentrate and my task. Not so much, still picturing like the whole, like the person as a whole person, but kind of able to see how a specific problem was integrated into the whole system and treat the whole system and not just like focus in on one particular thing, but able to like see how everything was working together to create this problem. And so I just have this, like, I feel like the calmer I am, the more of a, I don't want to call it a sixth sense, but that's what comes into my head, but like a self-awareness, I guess, and an awareness of everything else around me. That was very deep and philosophical. I didn't mean for that to go on for 10 minutes. I'll let you go. Oh, the lights just flickered. I don't know why, because it's not windy yet. The wind's supposed to pick up this afternoon as that cold air starts to come down. And wherever you are, if you are in really cold weather, which I think you probably are at this point, stay warm, stay dry, stay cozy, snuggle up with a good book and in front of a fire, and make the best of it. I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.